I love cars. I grew up with dirt track racing. I grew up with old school car shows. Boy, I have been so many car shows with my father. God rest his soul. But I had cars of my own that, I don't know if you want to call it a rat car. No, that's a different story. Well, here's the thing. The cars I've had back in about the 80s, I'm trying to think. Yeah. Late 80s. Yeah, mid 80s. I had my first car mid 80s. My father actually, for the first car, your father buys your first car, right? I had Pontiac Phoenix. That's a rare car. But that car they bought me was a classic. But no, as a kid, I destroyed that car. I ran into death. It just, if I had it today, it'd be worth a lot of money. But I was a kid, Cars back in late 70s, early 80s, they were the best cars. They were the muscle cars. The muscle cars. This generation I live in, I wish I lived 10 years younger. Back in maybe like mid 60s or something. I don't know. Cars were great back then. Muscle cars. I mean, my family never had much. My parents got divorced. But I did what I could. My father got me that Pontiac Phoenix. And sad thing, if I see it now today, it just, I feel bad. But you don't know these things when you're a kid. I used to race with that car. But it was a classic. It had white leather seats. It was a hatchback. A blue Pontiac Phoenix. Blue with white. White leather and a hatchback. So anyway, eventually, my father got me another car that was like about $500, right? It was a Chevy Monza, not Chevy Mazda. Chevy Monza. Look it up. It was a dinky little car, but I made it sporty. A friend of mine knew had a car that was called what was that car name? It's a rare car. Anyway, I got tires. I got the big wheels for the car. So I had fat wheels. It was a tiny car. A real tiny car. Just look it up. Chevy Monza. I have pictures, but I can't post it here. Monza. And I got these big wheels. The guy that we traded, he wanted my front wheels, normal wheels on the car. So I gave it to him. That way he had the fat wheels on his, I think it was called, the Ventura? Chevy Ventura? I think that's what it's called. Chevy Ventura. Guys, look it up. I didn't know my conversations would go that way, but I'm just talking about cars, right? Anyway, so I got that. As a kid, I don't know what I was. I was like 20, I think it was 21, 22 at the time. It has to be, it was either 21. It's like you get your driver's license around, I think 18 at the time, and And so I was driving. I got that car, this and that, and the next car, that car eventually died. You know what? This goes way back when cars were around, right? There was a part on my Chevy Monza that a part. I think it was, what was it? The power steering broke or something. I had to get in my car, standing on the engine, get rid of it. I go to the junkyard, get another one out of the junkyard, even though it wasn't the same part, but I customized it. I rigged everything into it. That's how things were back in those days. You use a part, you got to get a part at the junkyard. There's no junkyards anymore. This is my life with cars. Anyway, so then that died, and what was the next car? I'm trying to think. I don't know. I might skip a thing, or I was working at a company that prints checks, right? And that's what it was. I graduated in 1990, and I was working for a company. I just started working for a place for summer. They laid me off because they couldn't afford me. So then I worked for the check company place, which is a factory that prints checks. That was the thing back then. Okay. So that place gave me a loan. So it's a check company. They helped me get a loan. So what I did was I was able to get a 1980 Camaro. Boy, that was a great car. Yeah, it wasn't. It didn't have the wing in the back, but it had a sunroof. It looked so cool, sitting there with the wheels open. I missed that car. But then again, I wasn't a great driver at the time. I knew how to drive, but then I ruined that car. Well, it was like I was in traffic, and everybody stopped at a dime. This goes way back in the late '80s. Stop at a dime. I end up driving around, so I hit the guy in front of me. I swerved and I hit a curb, and the curb racked out my front end and the radiator. The radiator. So then I got another loan from the company I work for, check place. And then I came across this car. It was a show car. But you know what? The guy that passed away owned the car, and they were just getting rid of it. I didn't think of it at the time. But then when I got it, and you open the hood, the engine was all in chrome. It was like, let's just say, it was like, not that way. It looked like a smoking abandoned car, but it was a formula. Let's just say the wheels were different, and you see the cuts. They're like, there's nothing in the middle. There's little cuts. It's like air blowers. It turns out they're actually not air blowers. They're just little pieces. It was just for show. The hood, if you see cuts in the hood, like two cuts in the hood and back in the 1971, or I don't remember, 1971 or 1979. I don't remember what year it was. But it had two cuts in the hood. Like not the thing in the middle, like I said before. It was just a little cut. Just look it up. I have pictures, but I can't do this way. And it's so rare to get that hood anyway. So then I got the car. It had louvers. If anyone knows about louvers, the things with the window in the back. Okay. It was like, it was a Pontiac Formula. And then I had it. And then And then next thing you know, I'm like, I want to make it really nice. And, it was like, it was black, but it had a great engine. He was like, the guy, I had to get something fixed in the engine when I got it. The guy was like, it didn't have a pickup, but the mechanic said, once it's going, you're fast. It didn't have a fast pickup, but once it's going, it's fast. You know why? Because I had a slapstick on a 4. This is not automatic. I mean, this is an automatic. This is an automatic car, but it wasn't a stick. That's what was so crazy about this car. That was so unique about this car. God, I wish I had pictures. It wasn't a. It was an automatic with a slapstick on the 4. So when you drive, I'll just say it's like a slapstick. It's like you pick up the handle, you put it into drive. Oh God, I don't even know how to explain it. It was so unique. So unique. Let me try to think about this. So I'm in park. I think I move it to the right and put it in gear, first gear, whatever, or drive. So I go. So that's the thing. Yeah, you put it in drive, right? This is where the fun comes in. And you want to go different gears. This is an automatic. I'm telling you, slapstick on the 4, automatic. So you push it in. You push the button, you put it into gear, right? And then you want to go faster, go second, third. I think it was 3 gears or whatever. And all you do is just you press the button, put it into gear, drive. And then when you go faster, slap. Just slap into third. Slap second, slap third, and that's it. But then you have to pick it up. Take the thing is you have to pick up the handle to put it in reverse. That's how it works. Okay, that's it. I think it's. So let me get this straight. There's a button on. It wasn't those lever things. It was a button on top. So take the button and put it in the gear. And all I had to do was slap it into first, slap it into second, slap it into third. And then when I go reverse, you slow down before you do that. You pick it up and go into reverse. Something like that. I don't know. That's the best way I can think of putting it that way. Anyway, here's a sad story about that car. When I got it, I did what I took the louvers off, spray painted gold. I took the little cuts because the cuts were just show on the hood. Took them out, spray painted in gold. So it was like a beautiful black and real gold car. So if you all know about Memorial Day weekend, right? Memorial Day weekend. I live in Jersey, so we all go down the shore. Memorial Day weekend. It's a big event down the shore, Seaside Heights, this and that. So I come home from work, getting ready. My car is all nice, this and that, and I come home from work and I'm halfway home, and next thing you know, I see smoke coming through the dashboard. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh, wait, let me say something first. My radio goes out. My radio. See, I never changed the. See, when I got the car, I only had it for 3 months. 3 months. And I never changed the radio. I know how to take a radio. I know how to put a new radio in and take a new radio out. Back in those days, I knew how to work on cars. So anyway, I never bothered with the radio. It was just, the radio was fine, this and that. So anyway, So next thing you know, the radio goes out. And then I see smoke going through the dashboard. Or the vents. The dashboard vents. I see smoke going through there. I didn't know. I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, what the heck? I thought it was something in the engine. I swear to God, I thought it was something in the engine. And then I didn't know what else to do. Now, I see fire coming. I don't remember. I mean, I open up the hood and I see smoke and smoke. So I didn't know where the fire was. And then it turns out the radio that was in the car didn't have wire. Like the wire weren't right. They put those little, what do you call it, masking tape, the clear tape, the little crappy tape on it. And I should have changed the radio. I was just so happy to have the car. The radio was fine, but I was eventually going to change the radio. But then it just went up in flames. I couldn't do a damn thing about it. Just next thing I know, and I tried and I grabbed everything, anything out of the trunk. All the belongings, all my cassette tapes. You have no idea how many cassette tapes I own today that I can't play. Custom DJs cassette tapes I cannot play. And all of it. And I grabbed all of it. And then I sat there in tears. Just watching it go in flames. My show car. My actual goddamn show car. Had it for 3 months. I never had a chance to do anything with it. I tried little by little, but just poof in flames. So anyway, that's that car story. So I know a friend of mine at the time, they had this, I don't know, 1970 Camaro. I think it was 1970. No, it's 1978. 1980. No. It was like in 1978. I think it was 1978 Camaro. It was old. It was just, the engine was bad. But it's like, hey, I'll say it is for $100. Yeah, I guess, whatever, I saw it. It drives. So gave him $100 and I got that car. So here's the thing. When I got the car, it was slow. It just, it dragged a little bit. The shocks are bad, this and that. You know what? $100. I guess I'll take the money that I wanted to put in my past car into that, So what I did was, went to the, I actually paid for all this, So I went to a mechanic place and I spent must be over $100. This is back in, early 90s. So I spent over $100 on air shocks. So I lifted the car in the back, so it wouldn't drag. It was like the car was this way with the tires going this way. And I had these old wheels, old rims. They were called aluminum slots. It's a very popular wheel. Aluminum slots. I don't know. I don't remember. It's a wheel that has these little grooves in it. It's not a circle. It's like a rectangular ball-like shape. They're very popular when you see a lot of them. So I went to a place. They sell used tires. And I just went to the guy. It was just got the tires put on, and made the car look decent, like a little race car, kind of like a little Camaro race car. Even though it didn't have a great engine and this and that, but I made it look good, And then eventually, that friend that got me those tires from my Monza, hey, I had an extra spoiler. The spoilers put in the back of the Camaro. So, yeah, all right. And what I did was he gave it to me. I was like, all right. So I just drilled the holes in the hood, the trunk, and I put them together. Just drilled and put the little spoiler in there. You know how to do it. You put the putty and the screws and all that. So I did that. So I had like a little. I had it wasn't fast, but it looked good. Well, It's like today. They would probably call it like a classic now, but the old. It has an old school look, but that's what it was. It was just had the wheels. The car was lifted like this, and I got the spoiler on. I painted it all black. It was black, but then I tried a little paint with red. I didn't like it, so I went all black, just straight out all black. All black. Oh crap! I think I have a picture of it. Give me a minute. I think I have a picture of it. Come on, gotta have it in there. Gotta have it in there. Oh my god, gotta have it in there. Oh, gotta be in there. Gotta be in there. Oh man. Gotta be in there. I know it's in there. Come on. No, that's not my race car. Oh, I gotta show you this one though. Dang, where is it? Gotta be in there. Gotta be in there. Gotta be in there. Damn it, I don't think I have it. It's in somewhere. I saw it not too long ago. Damn. It was I got it somewhere. Alright. Well, that's another day for another story. Let me finish this off. Alright. There'll be part two about this. There'll be a part two about this. Because I gotta find that picture. So anyway, I had that car, blah, 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 this and that. After the car died, I just went with the Cavalier, hatchback, this and that. That's another story. There'll be a part 2 of this. There will be. Basically, another thing. Basically, it's a car thing, right? Back in the day, I used to love making models. Love this. I love making models. Look at that freaking engine. I lost the thing. See, it's kind of beat up now. You know, here's the thing. I took a Bronco frame. I took a Bronco frame and put a Camaro body on it. You know, see, those are Bronco wheels and everything. And, you know, it was a lot of pieces are missing though. This one I used to love doing models. And I was gonna take the Camaro frame and put the Bronco on it. I never got the chance to do that. So the way things are today, it's hard to find this stuff here and there. There'll be a part 2. Honestly, I need to get going. But you know what? Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate all you being there for me. There'll be part 2 about my love for cars. I just said I gotta get going. Love y'all. Take care of yourselves. There will be part 2, trust me. I gotta find that picture of that Camaro. You know, none of the all this car talk, I gotta go through all my stuff, you know. There will be a part 2, I guarantee it. I don't know when. Stay tuned. Alright. Thanks for hanging out. Wait for the next one of my cars I love. Take care of yourselves. Keep it cool out there. Bye all. Cheers, everyone. Bye.